I'm Jesse Gerhardt, owner of SoCo IllumWorks. I'm a certified installer through illumibot. I'm going to show you what comes in your illumibot kit today, and I'm also going to go over how to set up your system and corner pin the most basic, simplest way, and we're going to do that on a cardboard square today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Showing you the outside here. We'll go ahead and look inside. We have the illumibot itself, sits right in here. And then we have the projector. This is the BenQ, the 5000 lumen short throw projector offered on their website. And then here is the power supply that comes with the illumibot enclosure already installed. And all that. This is the HDMI and power supply for the illumibot. It goes down and plugs into your HDMI port, and then the illumibot plugs into the power supply right down here. Over here we have the cooling fan. This exhausts the heat out of the enclosure, and this is right near where the heat vent is on this projector. Again, this is the BenQ 5000 lumen projector, and this blower here actually has a little hole in the bottom there that exhausts out the bottom. All right, so once you get your enclosures sent out to you, you will also receive this box here, and this contains your auger stakes. These will go into the ground and be put into your enclosure to hold it in place. You put these into the ground either manually or with a drill. If you're going to put them in with a drill, there's this socket here with a drill bit. And then if you're going to do it manually, same thing, just you're going to be using some muscle. It also comes with the washers and bolts to put this into your enclosure. Turn on the power supply, and I have that running the fan. That's what you hear here. This is not the projector noise you're hearing, it's the exhaust fan. You're then going to turn on your projector. So that is now powering up. And we're going to be showing you the basics on just this square cardboard piece. So it's going to turn on, and then we're going to then, since that's powered up, now we can go ahead and turn on our illumibot. That's going to start loading up here as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to shut the lid of this, and we're going to go ahead and start scanning this cardboard cutout here. All right, so this is what the app looks like. This is the home screen, so you're gonna hit prompt here down in the left-hand corner, the bottom left-hand corner. You're gonna hit on your locations. Here we have the your kind of point menu and your location menu. You're gonna see your bot is online. You can see the signal strength here. And then we have the other settings here. We won't worry about this power button right now. Once you get your bot set up and set up to some other features, which I can explain in another video, that will turn on and off your projector or your bot. This here is a paint palette. We're gonna do this and we're just gonna verify that our bot is communicating. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna send some colors over to the cardboard cutout, which we got there. That's a white image there. We're gonna project a red image on that. So it's communicating. We're gonna throw a grid on it. You can see the grid is showing up on where we want to project on. Looks good. We're gonna keep it white though for this. So to add a new location, you're gonna come down here to the locations. We're gonna hit the plus button. So now this one here that we're selecting is doesn't show an image on there like the other ones are here. I'm gonna come down here to automatic setup. You're gonna come down to you can name it, but for this, I mean, we'll do it for this. We'll just say test and save. You've named your location. We're gonna go down to begin alignment, okay? So it's gonna orient your screen sideways, so let me go ahead and turn this sideways, and you're gonna hit next. It's gonna come up to this page, but for what we're gonna do, don't worry about this right now. Hit next again. On this side here, we have 3 functions here. We're gonna click on place dots manually, like so. Then we're gonna hit next. Okay, so now you can pick up your phone and you're gonna see this little plus sign here and some things over here and this thing that says place and back. We're going to touch and hold that plus arrow, and you see I'm moving this around. Well, right there, it's controlling this little dot that we're placing on the area that we want to project on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this dot. We're going to place the dot kind of in the corners here. We're going to come back to our app and hit place. And we're going to keep doing that. So we're going to move this one on this onto that corner. You see how it kind of went off? It's kind of like on and off the thing. That's where these little fine tuning buttons are. So you can hit this and keep hitting it. It'll just move it ever so slightly so we can get it exactly on the corner. So that's what those little like D-pad kind of arrows do. They move it a little bit at a time, so when your fat fingers are moving it too quick or whatever, you can't get it on the spot you want. That's the feature that you use, these little arrows here. So we're going to continue that. We're going to hit place, so that one looks good. Now we're going to go ahead and do another one at the other corner. At the other corner, once I get it up there. Alright, I'm going to hit place. Okay, so now you start seeing we got a little bit of a triangle area here. That green box is what we want to see, so eventually it'll be a box because that's the shape that we're trying to make here. We're going to do that bottom corner. Place. Okay, now that we have all 4 corners here on there, you're not going to see the dots right away, but this is the next dot that we're going to place. But we're going to put a dot right kind of in the center of this box. And I'm showing you guys on this simple thing just to get the basic kind of setup here, so when you do it, it's just kind of I'll do one on a house, but for right now we're just going to map this box and do some things with it. But so now I'm going to place that one right in the center. Okay. And then we're just gonna do each, like one here, and do one up here, and one right here, and one right here. And then we'll just call it good on that. And I'll be right back for that one. Alrighty, so we have all our dots on here on the screen placed. We're gonna go ahead and hit next. So now it'll prompt you, to put your phone, your device on a stand and place it near the lens. So we're going to do that, but I just want to show you, those are all the dots I placed. So now they are on that cardboard square. And then we're going to hit next again. And it's going to bring up this screen here. And I'm going to angle this camera so we get this cardboard square into this camera view. But what's nice is if you tap this, a lot of people, they show me this and they're trying to line up and zoom in on their image that they're going to project on, and this message is still in place. Go ahead and tap that so you can just see what you're doing clearly. We're going to zoom in and angle my phone so we are in frame here. You want to make sure this image is in view of your phone, and then like fully zoomed in as much as you can. So now we're going to get this image scanned. So I'll kind of keep it on there, but there's a little X or check mark that says start to start our scan. So we're going to go ahead and hit start. It's going to count down there, and we're just going to send a white light to take the image scanned here. In just a second, you'll see it. So sending that white light, sending the white light. So now it's saying, 5% scan. So right now what it's doing is it's taking the image, the picture of this fully lit up. So when we, when it sends the image, it fits, or almost like a flash, like it's taking a flash image right now of this. Okay, so now it's going to do the dots, and it's going to do one dot at a time here. So you see that bottom corner where we started, it's going to do the top left corner, and now it's going to do the right top corner and the bottom. There it is. And what it's doing is it's seeing and on from the phone where these dots are placed to help kind of get that scan going. So now we're at 56%. You see how quick this is once you start it, how quick it'll run and do this scan. Once it's at the 100% mark, it's going to say pick up your phone. Okay, so I can pick this up now, and I'm going to hit next. Now it's going to calculate the alignment. It will send the image of the alignment onto there. So right now, this looks like just a white image or white light being shined onto this box, but it's actually the box being projected onto the cardboard box. So we're gonna go ahead and hit, yeah, that looks good. And you can see how accurate that is. I mean, we're spot on right now on that, and that took maybe what, five minutes total here. So we're gonna go ahead and hit yes, that's good, save. That's going to save the alignment. All right, alignment complete, and you just hit done. All right, so now that the alignment's done, it wants us to create a mask. And what that is just gonna tell what we want to project on and what we don't want it to project on. So we're gonna go ahead and hit okay. We're gonna hit continue. Now we see this page here. This page is our masking page. What we're gonna try to do first is we're gonna use the AI feature, which is this little top one, looks like a little magic wand. We're just gonna poke and make sure it's on the paint setting over here and not the erase. Just do the smart, so these are the smart points, and it's gonna say paint. We're just gonna poke the center of the box there. And it's gonna start looking at that box and seeing, this is obviously where we want to project on, and it's gonna get it pretty close. I just have to go on here and paint in the manual paint, get this masked in. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit my paintbrush and hit paint. This is the size. So we're gonna pick just kind of a moderate, kind of this little small size for that area. We're going to then offset it so I can kind of see exactly. We're gonna pinch and zoom in on that area, and once you do that, sometimes you have to change the size again down so it's a little bit smaller of a size. I'm just going to go in here and paint in that area that it didn't cover. Okay. Oops. So if that happens, there's also a back feature here where you can just reset that, come back in and just get up in that area there. Now look over here, I kind of went outside of my box. I want to hit erase. I'm going to mess with the sizing again and put it pretty small. Keep the offset going. Okay. I did that, you can hit back. Keep the offset going. I'm going to come in and erase that extra that got in there. Okay, so now we can go ahead and pinch back out and we can see, I think I just did that. So, okay, so we can see here, this is our mask. We're gonna hit save right here, this little box here, there's a little yellow little circle near it. We're gonna hit save on that. Here you can see your mask. This is the original image. This is the mask image. Which is gonna just show white. Sorry, it's kind of hard to tell on camera here, but we're gonna hit save down here. And now this is saved as our mask. So we're gonna scroll down now. We're gonna go to Go Prompt. Now the fun part happens. I'm gonna go ahead and show you just quickly a prompt that shows up on here. So we're just gonna, you can literally talk into your prompt box here just by hitting your little microphone feature, your talk to text. I'm gonna do that really quick. Mona Lisa painting. Okay. Once I have the prompt in there, you can either enhance that prompt and make it more descriptive. I think this is pretty basic, and I just want to show you what you get with a basic prompt, because the results are usually pretty good. Up at the top here, what I didn't show you, what I just did, but it's on the seed dream. You can just poke those search engines, and then you scroll down to create 3, and it'll create 3 prompts. So we'll just create a few of them just in case. And I'll be back to show you those. So once you create the prompts and you hit create 3, it'll start putting these prompts out. When it's green and blinking like this, that means they're working on it. When it's yellow, it's thinking about it. So these are all being worked on. We have some that already popped up, so let me go ahead and click on those and see how they came up on our surface. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and select one of the prompts that we did. And we're gonna see how it showed up on our cardboard box. So that one should be loading up here in just a second. There you go. It is perfectly centered with that box. All right, everybody. We went over everything that comes in your illumibot kit. Plus, we went ahead and showed the simplest way to corner pin and mask and prompt tonight. This is the end result. If you found this helpful, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you guys want to see something else, something that you guys find challenging and need some more support on how to execute it, please let me know in the comments as well. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.